Hi everybody and welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. Today we'll be going over the markets. The markets are quite slow and kind of going sideways at the moment. Bitcoin, neither up nor down, gone down a wee bit I suppose. Ethereum is going down a wee bit as well, but we expect a pullback. But how much of a pullback are we going to see? So we'll be talking about that as well. Firstly, I want to thank everybody, all the new subscribers to the channel. Really appreciate it. We've been getting a lot of subscribers over the last week or so since I've changed to this format. So that is really good. I'm really chuffed about that. So thank you to all the new subscribers here for watching, for liking these videos as well, and for commenting. I love the comments and I'll answer every single comment. So subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell and hit that like on the way out as well. Okay, also I'd like to thank all the new premium members who have just joined the premium group. Okay, so just talking about the premium group, this is the premium call so far. For February, you can see we're up 22.4% for each call. This is the average call or gain per call, 22.4%. And that's the difference between the price I call it at and the highest price. So it's not to say you would have exited at the highest price, but these are still ongoing as well. So it doesn't mean to say they've reached their peak so far. So these could go higher as well. So you can see here the last one, yesterday data I called at 201. It did go up to 239 for a peak of 18.91%. It's still in play, obviously, for 10 days. Only get 10 days to make the call and it has to go up. We've got drawdowns here as well. The drawdown simply means the difference between the call price, the price I call it at, and the lowest price. And I don't want that to go under 10%. There's a few 16% and 13%, so two have went under that 10% or over the 10% drawdown. But drawdown I want to keep under 10% as much as I can. So just refresh that. We have a market capitalization of $300 billion at the moment. We've got Bitcoin dominance of 61.6%. Very important to keep an eye on that. 61.6% means it's coming down, the Bitcoin dominance. So this is how you know we're in a kind of major kind of bull market, or is really we're in the bull market just now. This is how you know, because the Bitcoin price has gone up. Even though the Bitcoin dominance is coming down, it means there's new money coming into the market space because the alts are still being bought as well. So a lot of people buying alts, but a lot of people buying Bitcoin as well. So there's institutional money coming in, there's retail money coming in. So it's all looking good for Bitcoin and for the alts just now. So alt season is here, is ramping up slowly, but it's ramping up. And we're going to see this hopefully over the next couple of months, alt season. And then what's going to happen with altcoin season as well, you're going to get rid of a lot of the shit coins. I've talked about the altcoin purge. That is going to happen after this kind of storm has blown over. They're just going to sell off all the altcoins and they're going to stay in, I would imagine, Ethereum, Bitcoin and the quality projects. And this is when the altcoin purge is just going to get rid of a lot of the shit coins out there. And rightly so as well. And it just means they're just going to stop trading. The whales are going to get rid of the bags. Retail investors are just going to get rid of them as well and just trade quality projects. And not even just trade them, but invest in quality projects. And that's more of what I'm doing. Before, in the kind of ICO era, 2017, 2018, I was buying into ideas. So I bought into a lot of ideas, spent a lot of money on ideas for projects. It sounded really good, but that's all they were, ideas. Now it's totally different. I've kind of matured as an investor and also as a trader, and now I'm investing in products, I'm investing in teams, I'm investing in kind of partnerships as well. That's what I'm looking at. This is why I like Constellation, this is why I like Coty. Just now Centivate is one of them as well. I really like Centivate at the moment. I'm going to do a video on that, or hopefully do a video on a few projects. Other projects I like as well would be Share Token. Really like Share Token just now, what they're doing, building out the app. I've mentioned Centivate, Constellation, really like Coty, really liking that at the moment as well. And Uptrend, I'm liking Uptrend more and more. I kind of spoke about that and I've done a 10-minute kind of spotlight on them, but I'm liking them more and more just now because I like the platform and what they're doing, the upgrades are coming up with as well. Really liking Uptrend at the moment. I like the platform, as I said, and I'm using it kind of every day. But that's an outside chance, but I do think it could really come up, and it's more than, I think it's went up about 200-300% already, but it's only a $500,000 market capitalization. So check out Uptrend as well. Okay, let's go on to who's the winners and losers. We have Wax up 54%, Steam up 23%, doing really well, Elf up 20%, and we've got Status, Theta, Coin, Centrality, Kyber Network, Bitcoin all up in double-digit greens. In the red Hedera hash graph, we kind of mentioned that was going to come down because it's went up so much just now, so we expect a big pullback from Hedera hash graph. Icon is down, DX Chain, Bitcoin, Diamond, Oga, not by that much to be honest. And we've got about 30% in the red, 70% in the green today. Okay, let's look at the charts just now. We'll just look at Ethereum. Just now, $266 for Ethereum, so we've well and truly established that we've broken out of this symmetrical triangle that we're talking about. So this big symmetrical triangle kind of indicates we could go to a price of 1,220 for that. Not overnight, obviously, but I expect the next big hurdle for Ethereum is going to be $380. So it's working its way up to that just now. Ethereum, I'm extremely bullish on for the future, and I've actually kind of got half my pension fund into Ethereum now as well, which I done yesterday or the day before, just before it kind of shot up to the $280 mark. So it's doing well, and I expect big things from Ethereum, and I think it will outpace Bitcoin. However, I'm going to keep Bitcoin as well because I really believe in kind of what Bitcoin's doing and the whole kind of cryptocurrency ethos as well. So I've got half and half in Bitcoin and Ethereum. So Ethereum's still doing well. Expecting possibly a pullback. We could get a pullback to maybe the 250 level if Bitcoin comes down. But if I'm being honest, sentiment just now is looking good for a rise up to $300. Possibly get that over the weekend as well. Okay, let's look at the Bitcoin chart. See what's happening there. And we'll go to Bitstamp. So we're still within this ascending channel, 10,162, you can see there, and we're still in this ascending channel, and I expect it, if it's going to come down, I don't expect it to go lower than 9,700. And if it's going to go up, I expect it to stay within this channel and could go up to the 11,400 level in the next few days if it does go up. But I do not expect it to go lower than 9,700 over the weekend. It should be, yep, about 9,800. That's going to be the limit for me if it does go down over the weekend. But don't expect that. Again, sentiment is with Bitcoin at the moment, but you never know. But still looking good, still looking really bullish as well for me with Bitcoin. Okay, let's look at a couple of news stories just now. And what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to show you this video again. You've probably seen this video probably 100 times, but I think it's worth reiterating. It's talking about how the banks are all scams, and this is from Godfrey Bloom. So check out this again.
Commissioner, Mr. President, I rise again, I'm afraid, to make the same old hoary speech that I've been making here for several years. And that is, it is my opinion that you do not really understand the concept of banking. All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money that they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system. We have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name. The artificial printing of money, which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. Central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are, so we don't have the real cost of money. And yet we blame the real retail banks for manipulating LIBOR. The sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, Commissioner. And plus, underneath all this, we talk loosely, in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not, about deposit guarantees. So when banks go broke through their own incompetence and chicanery, the taxpayer picks up the tab. It's theft from the taxpayer. And until we start sending bankers, and I include central bankers and politicians, to prison for this outrage, it will continue.
I just love that. And I think it's that was back in 2013, May 2013. That kind of Godfrey Bloom had kind of made that speech, and I played it a couple of times before, but I just think it's worth reiterating that this is why we need blockchain. This is why we need crypto, so we don't get these banking systems. We don't get the government kind of frauds that's going on just now. We don't get all of that. We don't need it in this day and age, because we've got systems that can take away all of that. We don't need the middleman as well. So I just want to play that again, just to remind you why we're into crypto in the first place. Not just to make money as well, but as for an idealist kind of solution to what's happening with the financial world today. And make no mistake, the financial world, as we know it, the stock markets, kind of banks, governments, and quantitative easing, all of that is just going to crash. The whole system is going to crash. It's going to come tumbling down like it did in 2008, probably worse. Before 2022, it's all going to come crashing down. So this is why more than ever we need the blockchain. This is why more than ever we need cryptocurrency as well. Okay, a couple of news stories I want to talk about. 5 signs that Ethereum is having its moment right now. This is why I'm so bullish on Ethereum, but lots of other things going on as well. Number one, institutional investors are now paying a 220% premium. So accredited investors are currently paying a 220% premium to buy Ether through Grayscale's Ethereum Trust. The price of a single share in the Ethereum Trust is currently trading for $81.50, even though one share represents Ether worth $25.46. Yesterday, the premium was even higher at 312%. So this is accredited investors, this is big institutional investors buying this, and they're paying a premium for this as well. Study finds Ether is a hedge and safe haven asset. So we've spoke about Bitcoin being a safe haven asset and a hedge against what's happening economically around the world, but now a study finds that Ethereum is being used for the same. So Ethereum cryptocurrency is a hedge against the US stock and gold markets. Also, Ethereum tends to behave as a safe haven for gold markets. When currency markets are concerned, we document that Ethereum is a diversifier for the US dollar. So this is now being seen. This is from the San Jose State University, and it was between December 2017 and 2018. Now, I would imagine that's going to be even higher now because of what's happening with Ethereum in the DeFi space, etc. JP Morgan looks to merge blockchain division with Consensus. I spoke about that yesterday. So JP Morgan, the largest bank in the United States, is in talks to merge its Quorum blockchain division with development studio Consensus, founded by Ethereum co-founder Joe Lubin and on the Ethereum network as well. So if successful, the deal is likely to be announced within 6 months, with speculation it could see the bank investing further in the Ethereum ecosystem. Ether price is at a 7-month high. So the Ether price has risen for 7 weeks in a row to peak around $274 yesterday, the highest price since July last year. So coming up for possibly a yearly high as well, a rolling yearly high. The price rise has been accompanied by increased network usage, according to Glassnode. Data, the total daily gas usage has just hit the highest point since September last year. So this is another story as well. Bitcoin set to join in on DeFi Hype with tBTC launch. So tBTC, developed by Sumo One and Keep project, is live on Ethereum's Ropsten testnet. Wrap Bitcoin on WBTC is a popular solution which pins Bitcoin's price peg on an ERC20 token. The only problem is that minting the wrapped version requires a user to undergo KYC and mint it from a network partner. So tBTC is finally looking to put an end to that. So what this means for DeFi, DEXs in the Ethereum ecosystem have one unique flaw. They only enable trading for Ethereum-based assets. The solution to this is interoperability, which should be a given in this kind of day and age as well. We need interoperability, and most projects are going to come with that. It's not going to be a unique system to a project as well. They should all have that interoperability, and that's going to happen next 2-3 years. So you're not going to hear anything about interoperability because it's just going to be a given that that is the case. So the solution to this is interoperability through the trustless recreation of assets, as seen by the advent of tBTC. Compound can open a tBTC money market. DDEX and DYDX can offer margin trading for tBTC, and Aave could enable flash loans for tBTC to take advantage of any arbitrage opportunities. So this could be big for Ethereum, could be big for DeFi as well. So a wrapped, it's like a wrapped Bitcoin, but it's much better than a wrapped Bitcoin. So tBTC, look out for more news on that as well. Okay, XRP sees flash crash on quick rebound on Bitmex. I think this is kind of shocking news, and it still shows that there are players out there like Arthur Hayes that are really giving crypto a bad name, to be honest. So XRP, the native asset of San Francisco-based Ripple's XRP ledger, experienced a flash crash on Hong Kong-based derivatives exchange Bitmex on Thursday. Exactly 1400 UTC, the price on XRP USD pair quickly plummeted from 33 cents to 13 cents, a 60% drop. During that minute, volume spiked to 6 million. According to Bitmex data, the cryptocurrency quickly recovered within a second and closed at 32.7 cents, suggesting a large leveraged trade was quickly wiped out. COINBASE reached out to Bitmex CEO Arthur Hayes via email regarding the incident, but have not heard back from him as yet. I don't know if there's an update on that story. But I just thought this is shocking, and it gives kind of crypto a bad name, Bitmex a bad name, and Arthur Hayes I just think is really scammy. A lot of XRP traders out there yesterday kind of got wiped out, or they got liquidated, or they got stopped out because of that, and it's just ridiculous. This is why I came off Bitmex as well, and because there was loads of large spikes like that. Now they're probably going to blame it on big traders. Don't believe that for 1 second. Just think it's scammy, and I don't think we should be going near it. And I know that sounds harsh to say when I don't know all the facts, but it's just a scammy thing to do, and I don't know how it happens, and it should be protected against. Bitmex know that this happens. It's happened loads of times before, so there should be something against that as well. I know other exchanges have got against these spike drops as well. So just a scammy thing to do. And this is the other thing as well. Bitmex CEO implies Ripple's XRP is a turd again. So he's done this a couple of times. This is Arthur Hayes, and this was yesterday. See Ripple, the shorts. Pro tip, the buy and sell buttons are both equally profitable regardless of whether or not you're trading a turd. And he's got XRP USD. Who's the turd? IOTA, this is shocking as well. IOTA Foundation pauses network, says between 300k and 1.2 million worth of tokens stolen from users of the Trinity wallet. Now, understand, okay, I'll tell you the story first. IOTA Foundation, the non-profit organisation behind the IOTA distributed network, said Thursday that funds have been stolen from users of the Trinity wallet software. So the Germany-based organisation announced Wednesday that it moved to turn off the coordinator node that the foundation currently controls, which, under normal circumstances, ensures the finality and validity of individual transactions that are linked together on the IOTA network. The foundation said it had done so to make sure no further theft can occur until we find out the root cause of these thefts. Further investigations taking place from there, and they've taken it to the police. But what essentially they've done, they've turned off the whole network, so you cannot deposit IOTA, you cannot withdraw IOTA from the wallets. They've turned off the whole network. Who's in control? They're in control of that. That's centralised, a centralised system. It's not decentralised. Obviously, they're looking to change that in the future as well. I know that already, but this is just shocking to me that they've actually been able to do this, and there's not been an outcry about it. So I don't quite understand, and I understand what they're trying to do, why they're trying to do it, but the fact that it's like the banking system shutting down because a shop has been robbed of $2 million or £2 million or something like that, and they shut the whole banking system down, so they can't deposit, they can't kind of sell it. It's ludicrous that this can happen, and this is just the very thing that we're trying to stop. So I don't think that's good for IOTA, to be honest. And as I said, I know there's kind of underlying reasons for it, and I know they're looking to change this in the future as well, but it's just that it happens now. It's just kind of crazy to me. Coinbase CEO gets payment blocked by US bank. Crypto fixes this. So Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong took to Twitter to complain about his recent user experience with two popular legacy fiat payment systems. Armstrong reportedly tried to send a payment to a colleague and was denied twice, highlighting the need for crypto alternatives. This is Brian Armstrong. February the 12th, trying to send money to pay back a friend. PayPal tells me recipient is unable to receive money, and Square Cash tells me my bank declined the payment. This is in the US where these services work fast. Imagine the rest of the world. Okay, that's it for the moment. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate it. If you want to subscribe to the channel, remember to subscribe, but hit that notification bell as well, so you get all videos. You'll get a link, or you'll get a notification for all videos, and hit that like button on the way out as well. And if you want to join the premium group, there is a link down below. We'd love to see you over the weekend in there and joining us there. That would be fantastic. And have a brilliant weekend, whatever you're doing. Until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.